Welcome back. In a CNN News 18 mega exclusive, Taliban's interior minister Sirajuddin Haqqani has launched a direct attack on Pakistan. He's accused Islamabad of repeated sovereignty violations and cross-border interference. Top Taliban sources tell CNN News 18 that Haqqani's speech is an evidence that increased hostility towards Pakistan is really the way forward, is the vision currently in the Afghan Taliban leadership. They say that Taliban may lack long-range missiles or advanced weapons, but they're relying on their determination and unconventional warfare. So proxy actions, local militia, suicide, ID tactics, all of this could be deployed instead of strategic arms. Sources further add that it is also a message to China, Iran and Russia that Taliban will no longer be manipulated through Islamabad. So this is in connection with the latest response coming in from Sirajuddin Haqqani, Afghanistan Taliban interior minister. He's accused Pakistan of sovereignty violations and has then clearly shown willingness to escalate beyond rhetoric. Top intel sources telling Manoj Gupta that Haqqani and his body language, the choice of words, is clearly indicative of further escalation on Taliban's end. His speech to internal cadre for continued struggle and message to Pakistan that repression or arrest will not delay action very clearly lays emphasis on the strategy going forward. Going across to Siddhant Mishra, who joins us with more details. Siddhant, this comes at a time that we've seen peace talks fail between Afghanistan and Pakistan every now and then. There seems to be a resumption in the peace talks, but this is a big statement being sent out by Taliban.
Well, look, it looks like that Afghanistan is under immense pressure from Qatar, Istanbul, and Western powers to do a ceasefire with Pakistan. They're not willingly. They want peace, but they don't want ceasefire on Pakistan's terms, on United States terms. Perhaps that is something which the Afghan leadership has said time and again. Now, Sirajuddin Haqqani attacks Pakistan. Siraj accuses Pakistan of sovereignty violations. He said, whatever we are doing, we are protecting our. He also gave Pakistan border interference. He said Pakistan is threatening our borders daily. He said in case our patience is tested once more, reply will be devastating. He is clearly showing willingness to escalate beyond rhetoric. This is what top Afghan sources are telling Manoj Gupta. Siraj also says they lack long-range missiles and advanced weapons, but possesses determination. It's clear that they rely on unconventional warfare, proxy actions, local militias, or suicide and ID tactics. And top Taliban sources tell this to Manoj Gupta that this speech is an evidence that increased hostility towards Pakistan and top leadership. They have increased monitoring for cross-border networks, proxy linkages, and recent movements. Any tensions would affect regional stability, especially around Pakistan and Afghanistan corridors. Taliban leadership views Islamabad as an aggressor who is undermining the autonomy. This is the message Taliban to China, Iran and Russia. They are not convinced that they can no longer be manipulated. Islamabad, the speech also shows Haqqani is clarifying his position in line with the Hari group and threat misinformation about Iraq that is supposed to Pakistan. So again,
Okay, Siddhant, we'll just reconnect that line with you. The very interesting aspect coming to the fore is also the indication by the leadership in Taliban of how they're viewing Islamabad as an aggressor who's undermining Afghan autonomy, and how this is also a clear message from Taliban to other countries, China, Iran, Russia, for instance, and Taliban conveying that they can no longer be manipulated through Islamabad. So the focus is on Sirajuddin Haqqani's speech, which shows clearly that he's clarifying his position in line with Kandhari group, and some, he says, spread misinformation about him, the leadership, the Taliban leadership, that he's close to Pakistan. All of those allegations, he says, are incorrect. So fact-checking essentially the narrative being peddled by Pakistan. Siddhant, a message, like I said, being sent out to China, Iran, Russia as well, and they're not going to tolerate any sort of an intervention, manipulation through Islamabad. Tell us a little bit about this pointed claim that Haqqani seems to be sending out.
Well, that's right. So the prediction is that Haqqani, Siraj Haqqani is close to Pakistan, etc., etc. Those things were being spread by the other factions in the Talibani government. But the fact is that he also made his position very clear. When it comes to Afghan interests, when it comes to Afghan sovereignty, there's going to be no compromise. Having said that, on a daily basis, one day they say that the ceasefire has been done, the other day Again, there is no ceasefire. Now, just half an hour back, we reported that Qatar and Turkey has come up with a statement saying that ceasefire has been finalized. The principal modality in principle will be decided on November 6th, etc., etc. But it's very complex. It's very complicated because the kind of assurance which Afghanistan have been seeking from Pakistan is something which Pakistan is not offered to Afghanistan, or what Afghanistan wants. That is exactly what the Afghan publications were reporting the other day, that Afghanistan wants Pakistan not to allow the United States to use Pakistan to violate Afghanistan's territory, by sending drones, etc. So Pakistan on the face accepted that proposal, but later they said that they cannot give any assurance, things like that. So as I said, it's very complex. The entire APAC region has many players, many stakeholders. Pakistan keeps manipulating these big players and big stakeholders so that Pakistan continues to dominate the APAC region and continues to treat Afghanistan as its backyard, as its area of strategic depth, etc. Afghanistan is not ready to take any kind of treatment from.
Okay. Also hinting at unconventional warfare, proxy action, local militia, all of those are strategies being looked at very closely by the Taliban leadership in Afghanistan. Thank you, Siddhant, for joining us with those details.